Hello, everyone. I know it's been a very challenging time for most of us, probably. If you look at the top of the screen and you see all the tabs that are open, this is my life right now. And I know it is for some of you as well. I wanted to come give you a little bit of a sort of face-to-face explanation of how the course has changed. I sent you an email with the course schedule attached, the revised schedule. Now I've actually posted it here as well, and that's the same revised schedule as I sent you before. So you really need to print this out if you can. You need to put it by your computer. This schedule becomes even more important to you now than it was before, and I'll explain why. So where are we right now? Not sure if you can see my other screen over here, but I've got the schedule pulled up, and it says note the new date for week 2 as of 9/22/20. I kept the dates as Tuesday, but you can think of everything starting on a Monday if you want to. The difference is between what we were doing before and what we're doing now is this course is now set up as asynchronous learning. Asynchronous is pretty good in a lot of ways because you don't have to be at a certain spot at a certain time. What you do need to do is pay very close attention to your schedule and make sure that you're working through the materials and you're completing assignments on time. Now that's going to look different to different people depending on your situation. Some of you may have had very little home damage. You may have evacuated for a little while and came back and got electricity pretty early on. I know some people who have fiber optic cable underground had Wi-Fi very early on, and if that's the case with you, that's great. Other people may still be in a room somewhere with several other people with no place to come back to, and so it's different for different people. That's why asynchronous learning allows you to set your own pace. If you have to go find a place with Wi-Fi, if you have to do it at a hotel and then you're coming in and going back, or you need to use the Seed Center at McNeese because you don't have Wi-Fi at home, whatever the case might be, if you want to condense your work into several hours on a couple of days, however you want to do it is fine. And for this reason I decided to leave everything open for you. So week 2 and on to week 3, I've got just about everything open that you can just go through it and work. If you feel like you're going to have a time coming up next week where you're having to do more back and forth to do repairs, you can work ahead. But pay attention to those due dates. The due dates have changed. Pay attention to the due times. It's not always 23:55. It's not always 11:55 p.m. Sometimes it's other times. So that schedule is going to be incredibly important for you, and you need to let me know if you see any problems with it. So where are we right now? Well, we're in week 2. So we're picking up content-wise where we left off. Some of you have already done this. That's great. If you've gone through the objectives, you've looked at all of this stuff, you've gone through the study skills lecture voiceover, you've looked at the history of nursing education content in voiceover, and you've taken your quiz already, that's wonderful. You're ahead of the game, and so that's great. The next week is the nursing process. I will go back for a second and say that the new deadline, which is this on your schedule, I'm just repeating it for you, that the new deadline is 11:55 p.m. on Tuesday, September 29th. So that's next week. That's not this coming Tuesday, it's not tomorrow, but it's the next week. So that's how this works. Go through the nursing process. You're going to have some weeks that are basically a PowerPoint for you to look at and read, or it could be a voiceover, could be just lecture notes. There could be a quiz. This is actually right here. This is a lecture. It doesn't look the same as a posted PowerPoint because it's actually in Google Files, I believe it is, but you are able to click on the link. These are the instructions you need to read how to do this, because this is your lecture for this week, and you need to view and listen to that lecture. So it's not that you're not having to do the work. It's not that you're being able to skip stuff. You're not able to skip stuff, but you're able to work it with your schedule depending on how things are going. I'm going to say something again about due dates, because I don't want you to think that you can just not do them on the dates that they're due. If you are having some significant issues, let's say you don't have internet and you went to the seed center and somehow everything crashed that day. Hopefully I'll hear about that, but if not, you need to let me know. You need to contact me before due dates if you're having any problems. Any problems that you're having, any questions that you have, feel free to contact me. And I had a few students contact me about the course being closed. Well, I had already mentioned that I was working on the course, but I didn't realize that the course that wouldn't let you download the new schedule because I had the course hidden. So I appreciate those students letting me know that, and I was able to just open the course again so you could get your schedule. So as you go through these weeks, and of course I'm still in week 3. That's not this week, that's next week. And it includes quality nursing delivery. I will mention to you that this lecture right here is the nursing process and quality care and quality nursing delivery. So that's the lecture part of that. Here's your objectives. Some other things for you to look at that are really important. The Joint Commission is huge for nurses. Institute of Medicine tries to make improvements to nursing practice and patient safety and things like that. I've had I've had family rather in the hospital multiple times, and it becomes so much clearer why all this is so important when you or a loved one is in the hospital. And basically what they do and how they communicate and how they're careful with infection rates and stuff, all that impacts the patient directly and impacts patient outcomes. So it's really important stuff. This introduces you to your type focused career inventory. Look on your schedule, and the online career inventory is due based on these instructions, and in the voiceover PowerPoint also, and it's due on October 4th. So that's all on your schedule. It's all well explained. So all of that is week 3. So I have not restricted these weeks because I want you to be able to go to them and work on them as you can, as what works the best for you. What does that mean? That means that you as the student nurse, have to have some accountability. I'm showing flexibility. You have to show some accountability. I have to show accountability to you by letting you know when I change anything. And so I want you to know that some things are still changing as far as there's content still to be added. If you look at week 4, you don't see much here in the top part. There's a registered nursing roles PowerPoint, but we are working on that at this time, and that will be added. Professional career goals, this is what you need for that. Actually the nursing roles PowerPoint may touch on career goals as well. It links you to the career match assignment instructions and grading rubric, very important. 16 personalities, interest codes, and then here's where you submit your paper. So it's laid out for you. It was already basically an online course, but we did have the face-to-face component. That's just not realistic right now with everybody having different situations. Nursing career opportunities. And so if you have questions about the course, the layout, what's due, let me know. But first I want you to look at the course really carefully, and look at your schedule really carefully. Then let me know if you have questions, or if you see a mistake, if you see something that's maybe on the schedule telling you one due date and on the Moodle course it's telling you something different. I tried to make sure that all the due dates were updated, but it could be that I missed something, so let me know that. We will still be looking at your online activity and participation, looking at class attendance, and as far as how we're going to exactly score all that, I'll get back with you on that. But we can look at your access to the course, logs of what you did in the course, and that kind of thing. So I hope that everyone is safe. I hope that everyone is making some progress. I'm thankful to have electricity and internet at my apartment. My parents have had two big trees on their house, and we're in the ongoing process of getting repairs done out there. So let me know any questions or concerns.